Hello and good afternoon. So I know that I'm between you and the next break, so it's going to be a little bit challenging. But don't worry, I'll make it a little bit fun. So you may ask what this guy is up to. So like, what is this stuff hanging around? You'll figure it out soon. But before actually I start, let me check my heart rate. You ready, right? So let's see. Okay, come on. That's a hardware, you all know. It may come. Yes. Okay. So let me see where I am right now. Okay. Whoa, I'm dead, apparently. Yeah, that's actually what happened when you go on a stage for the few seconds. But don't worry. All right, then we'll get back to this later, right? That's my heart rate for now. All right, I'm going to talk about hardware connectivity and all the devices you see here. We're going to connect it to the web, actually to a Vue application. And we can use it offline and make it installable, and everyone can use it, universal. So, but before that, my name is Majid Hajian, and there was an introduction already, so I'm not going to go through all of these properties. You'll see the values later. But I'm very passionate developer, and especially passionate about sharing my knowledge with the community, in particular JavaScript and Vue community. You may say, okay, you're also in the Angular community. Yeah, I know. But it's JavaScript, right? We all are friends. So I've also written a book called Progressive Web App with Angular. It's going to be published, hopefully, this summer by A-Press. Today's talk's aim actually is, I'm going to show you beyond the web and unleash the power of the hardware connectivity in a progressive web app with Vue. But some disclaimers here. First of all, I made everything very simple. I simplified everything. So I'm not going to go through all the deep aspects of USB and Bluetooth and those things, but I'm going to emphasize on what we need as a developer, a front-end developer especially. And many of these APIs are still experimental, and they only work on Chrome and Android Chrome. So bear with me. Some of these devices may not work, but it worked yesterday. It worked today morning. I promise I made a video of some of them. So what I'm covering actually is that we're going to talk about progressive web app a little bit, and then we go through WebBluetooth, WebUSB, WebNFC, and the future, which is so bright. What is coming? That's actually I'm going to give you some the latest news, which is out there like maybe for the last 2 days. But why? Why hardware connectivity for the web? Why not something else? Well, we all know that the JavaScript engine are so fast and optimized these days. We all know that we can go beyond online. We can make our application offline, installable. There are integration for with operating systems. We can have access to hardware, which we are going to see today. And there are other like APIs, like authentication, payment. The web is awesome, right? It was awesome actually in the 1990s, I guess. But today is even better. So yes, progressive web app, PWAs. I'm very passionate about these technologies. So I really like it. It's a new phenomenon, I think, in the web. So it's a fast, reliable, and engaging application. And it makes your application works just like a native app, like out of the box. And that's amazing. You can build a web application. You can run it everywhere. It's just a web application. Thanks to Service Worker, And thanks to Web App Manifest, you can make your application work offline and installable, like I said. And why Vue? Because we love Vue. That's it. And Vue loves PWA. So here is the hierarchy. All right. Yes. You may question yourself, does really Web can't do that? Yes. Web is capable of doing that. Right now. I'm going to show you. WebBluetooth. Let's talk. Well, wait a second. Don't worry. I know. Bluetooth? Bluetooth, it sucks. No, that's the classic Bluetooth. Let's differentiate between the Bluetooth that I'm going to explain and the previous version of Bluetooth, classic Bluetooth. So WebBluetooth actually works with a new version of Bluetooth, which is called Bluetooth Smart, or BLE, or Bluetooth Low Energy, or version 4 or 5 of Bluetooth. We're talking about this. And if you go and read about this spec, you see that this is actually amazing. Bluetooth 5, I think the range is over 1 kilometer or something. It's so stable. So, a little bit about Bluetooth. We have a central device, and we have peripheral. So a central device can communicate with peripheral. So a central device also can talk to different peripherals, right? But actually, peripherals cannot communicate to each other. When we are talking about WebBluetooth, we are talking about a specific profile of WebBluetooth, which is called generic attribute profile, or in shorthand is GATT server. Sorry, GATT. Why GATT? Because, generic attribute, it makes sense to have GAP or like GATTP. Okay. I don't know why, but it's GATT anyway. So in GATT, you need to know that actually the center device called client and the peripheral called server. That's just a naming convention, maybe. Let me just talk about the hierarchy. What does that mean exactly? To give you a better understanding. We have server, like peripheral, and that has different services. All right, good. Then we have characteristic. Okay, good. And characteristics actually they have property and value. So if you chain this hierarchy to the down, then you're able to write and read from these values and properties. The services and characteristics, actually, they are identified by 16 or 128-bit UUID. And in characteristic, actually, we have different properties. So we have read, write, write without notification, respond, or notify, and different properties. Where you can read these stuff, Bluetooth spec. And values are just an array of bytes. No fancy data type, nothing, just bytes, right? Good. But I don't understand. These theory are so boring, right? Let's seek some code. But before that, remember to read the GATT specification to get a better understanding of at least the wording. So this slide will be available later. You can click on this link and then check out. Actually, all the source links, whatever you're seeing in my slide, they will be available to you. So you don't need to be worried. First of all, to get access to a Bluetooth or discovering the Bluetooth devices, you should remember that you have to know two things. First, at least the two most important things. We need a user interaction, like a click, mouse click, or something. And we need also HTTPS. Progressive web apps is secure, and they need HTTPS already by default. So that's OK then. So here you see that I have a click event in Vue, and then I'm asking, in the next slide, you see how it works. So in Navigator, you have Bluetooth, and then you can request for the device, right? With the different options. In this example, actually, I have this option. So that device, here right now, the name start with Polar. So I filter out all the other devices, and I ask for a specific name to be shown to my user. So we're going to go through different options in a minute. Then when you have device, you can connect to GAT server. Then you have a server. All right, good. Now it's the hierarchy. You need to ask for the service, which service you want. You need to ask for characteristic right now. And then you can start doing, reading or writing or notifying the values. All right, that seems so simple. And actually, this is simple. The hardest part comes when you are working with from here onwards. So that's the sometimes challenging. You need to read the documentation of the device and maybe some SDK codes and those things. All right. As you see that in the previous slide, I just started notifying and listen to the value change. But in this slide, you see that I'm also asking for the battery level, and I'm reading the value and converting to from a byte. And then you see that here I'm getting actually access. I am requesting for a different characteristic called heart rate control point or whatever, and then I can write to that. Here is I'm writing the value to. All right, then what are the different options? So in case you're wondering, so you have different options, like you can ask these 16 bytes or 128 bit or bit UUIDs, or you can be specific about your device name, or like you see here, or if you like, you can just get rid of all of this and then ask for all the services. So this means that literally show me everything. But that's useless, right? So you want to improve your user experience, then it's better to filter out what you're looking for. All right, some demos. Okay, I'm cooling down. That's good. Let's say if I was 85, for instance, and I was here, I was definitely dead by now. And if I was 21, whoa, it's still too high. That's a heart rate zone. So you can read about what this does exactly. And if you are interested about fitness, you probably already know this. But there is a minimum and maximum heart rate, and between that there is a zone of your activity. So here is what you can see. There is a simple formula for calculating this. You can see it later in my code in the repo. Okay, it feels good right now. Let's go for the next one. This one. That's a device called Mio. Unfortunately, this device was discontinued from 2019, and I couldn't get the better information. The website even doesn't work. The support website works still, but somehow useless. But I found some C libraries. I found some other wrappers around it, so I could connect it, hopefully, but it may not work. So let's see. This device actually needs a warm-up. That's why I put it on before I came on the stage. So let's hope it's coming. Yes. All right. What this device does is it's a gesture detection. So if you do this, it recognizes that you are doing this, or fist, or click, or whatever. Then, depends on these actually things that you are doing, you can react on your machine. Like I could literally handle my slides by doing that. But I didn't do that because it's not reliable. All right, let's see. Okay, it understands that, okay, it's not left hand. Of course, thank you. And it's elbow. Okay, that's good. How about this? Whoa, okay. It works. Let's see. Fist. very reliable. So okay, but I could connect and show something. That's actually very good. So let's put it off. Another one is this drone. I hope you guys have a good insurance. Last time I tried, I broke something at home. Okay, let's just put it there. Need to turn it on. Okay, it's orange. If it's okay, that's fine. Ready to connect. Let's see if I can connect it. All right. Yes. The name of this drone called Mumbo. So let's connect. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, something is wrong. Let's see console log. All right. It actually started, but let's connect again. Yes. Okay. Something is wrong here. All right. Let's restart it again. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay, it's coming. Hopefully this time. Okay, something is wrong, so I'll fix it if I had time, and then I'll show you afterwards. I'll come back to this after my last demo again. All right. Let's go.
So can we give you an applause?
Yeah, thank you. Okay, resting. Good. Okay, so WebUSB. This is cool, actually. So can somebody help me? Yes. I just need this and this to be connected. I need power. Can we maybe put it here? Let's go through WebUSB history. Nah, I'm not a big fan of history, actually. Let's just skip it, and I hope this one works. All right, what is WebUSB? Actually, if you go through the spec, that's the standard. Like WebBluetooth, this is the standard. So if you go to the spec, and if you read, you'll find some interesting sentences, like this one. WebUSB APIs provide a way to safely expose USB device services to the web. Whoa. And also, it provides an API familiar to developers who have used existing native USB libraries and exposes the device interfaces, good, defined by existing specification. What does that mean, actually? Few quick points. You can build a cross-platform JavaScript SDKs. Fast, quick, and it's accessible to everyone. You can easily hot patch it. You can rapidly prototype just through web. And you can also combine with other web technology. We'll actually see it in action in the last demo. There are some facts you should know. The first fact is HTTPS only, like other APIs. No native code needed. Yes, amazing. And user gesture needed, like WebBluetooth. Let's go through a little bit boring theory. I promise it's just a few slides. Device deceptor, like this one. OK, let's go through that. Whoa. Can OK, I know what it doesn't work. Somebody tried to connect it, and I couldn't connect it. Can you just make it? How did you connect to my? OK, apparently my password is not that secure. OK, it works. Can you not to try it again? Thank you. OK. I was so scared. What the hell is happening? OK. Device deceptors. Oh, thank you for getting it to work. Yeah, that was the error. Somebody else was trying. Yeah, OK. Thanks. But, well, can we quickly go back and see actually the actual? Can you disconnect, please? All right. So if I connect, and if nobody else is connecting, then I should see. Can you not try it? Maybe? OK, it says flying. What? OK, let's go to WebUSB. I'm going to turn this off for security reasons. So, oh, come on. Yeah. You have a device deceptor, back to the WebUSB. Then you have different config deceptors. Each device has a different config. Actually, I didn't find more than one or two config. Usually, it's one. But, OK, each config has an interface. What is interface, actually? So imagine that you have a printer, and it scans and also printing, right? So this is two different interfaces. One config and two different interfaces. And each interface has different endpoints. Usually endpoints, like for reading and writing, there is two different endpoints. All right? So it's a very easy hierarchy again, just similar to WebBluetooth. Let's see actually in the code. User interaction, again, your user need to click. So, or do some interaction with the website, and then they see the prompt, as you saw, and then they can connect and pair the device. All right. Deceptors, device deceptors. So you have, in Navigator, you have USB, and then you can request for the device. Literally, you can send different options, which we get into that quickly. And then once the device is there, you can open it to start communicating. So once you have the device, then you need to select the configuration. And this is index 0 based. So that means 0 means the first one. How can you get this data? Well, there are different apps, or documentation is the best place to read about this. So if you have a device like this one, unfortunately this one didn't have documentation, but you can always figure it out, like in the documentation mostly, or some SDKs code or something like that. So then you can claim your interface. OK, you saw that we have different interface. In this case, I'm saying I need interface 0, like printing. And then you can read and write or transfer out and in the data. Different options. You can specify your filter by vendor ID and product ID, or other different options here. So in one demo, I used vendor ID and product ID to make it so specific about this device. Or in another one, I used class code and subclass code. which we will see shortly. Let me just connect this device, turn it on. I'm sorry these wires are not so long, but you will hear the sound probably. Before that, there are 3 different types of transferring data in USB for in and out, transferring in and out. Interrupt, which is a non-periodic and a small device actually initiated communication. So, and they are time sensitive, right? The code sample is just similar to this. When everything is ready, so you can write with these APIs, and you can also read from these APIs. Control, the type of transfer is transfer control. Good for configuration. Like if you have a device and it needs some commands to be configured, right? Like you have a device and it's connected and you want to say, hey, go like right, or go left. These are the type of transferring data. You can send command to your device. So in general, you have a bit of setup here, but hopefully you can get it from the vendor-specific documentation. And then you can, again, transfer out or in. All right, and then last one is Isochronous, which is used, well, it's rarely used, first of all, but it's been used for stream of data like video and audio. Because you might lose some packet here. All right, so here, again, similar, different API for this to be called, and different properties. And one thing that for this particular device, for instance, when I connected, I could go to Chrome device log or my system info and then read some of the information. So the vendor ID or product ID, which I got, is from here. And if you don't have any device to play around, Chrome also have a internal a USB, so you can create your own USB virtually and then play around. All right, demo. Finger crossed. All right. This printer, I just want to connect first. Whoa. Okay, that's actually this printer. I have no idea what are these devices. Anyway. All right, this is connected right now. I'm going to write something. Hello. Awesome. Verona. Just to make it a little bit long, that it works, just want to try. OK, this is not very good, but again, that was a print button. OK, it works. And then you see that here it says, hello. It's not actually very accessible to you, but it says, believe me. OK, actually, this one is very nice. I had a big challenge with this one yesterday. It worked every day except yesterday. And I hope I get it to work again. That was a cable problem, but hey, we'll see. What is this? ADB. Do you know Android has a debug bridge, right? And then you can even use it for debugging on your Android in your machine. You can connect it to Chrome as well, right? You all know. I'm going to connect to my Android through this web application and then run some commands and run and download maybe something, or let's see. OK, so far so great. When you actually request it here, it shows a model to just, you have to accept. You say, OK, it's confirmed. So I'm going to just do that, and then here, OK. All right. All right, so then now actually I have access to this device through web. Then I can send some shell command. What if I just say, that's actually ls-l It's SD card on this device. Run it. Here we go. I have my SD card here, which is good. I can go to, or maybe send another command. All right, I have different folders. I'm going to go to DCIM. OK. DCIM. What is DCIM? Actually, this is the folder that yeah, for the pictures. If you take a picture, it goes there. OK, shell. OK, I have a camera. Let's do camera. OK, I have two pictures already. I'm just going to make sure it works. Let's take a picture. What if a selfie? OK. OK, great. Let's see if it's coming here. Whoa, here you go. To make it simple, I also added this button, which if I just click, it just runs the same command shell. Or, because I was worried to forget this command. So. Or maybe you can download some files. If I click on this, OK, it doesn't work. All right. Let's go to the next one. It's just maybe 5 minutes more. WebNFC. OK, first of all, you all know NFC, right? Near field communication. And if you have a device that actually support WebNFC, you can start experimenting with this API. However, this API is not in a standard. So it's a community-driven standard, and it might be as a standard later. We don't know. But I found it very cool. You'll see it in my demos. If you want to work with this, two things. First, it just works on Android, like other APIs. And Chrome flags, you need to enable these two. And then you will get access to, and also you have to have enable NFC on your device. All right, let's check it out. Again, you have NFC in Navigator, and it has two methods. Watch, which literally you can listen to the messages, which comes from the NFC tag, for instance. Or you have push. You can write to WebNFC, like this one. And I'm going to show you, to save some time, I have some tags here, for instance, or like these tags, or some simple one. So I use this simple one to write some data. I have one tag, which is the information of the cashier. I'm going to just skip one demo and then directly go to the last one, this one. So literally, this one and this one is kind of same, but in the web shop, I use two different technology at the same time. So I have to connect this and then show you on the phone quickly. Right? Oh, come on. So you know that you can go to remote device, OK, and you can inspect. That's actually what you see here in a bigger version. So it says authenticate. So you say that, OK, I write this tag, right? So I'm going to authenticate. This is my information, some IDs, keys, or whatever. Just put it there. Here you go. It reads, and now I'm authenticated. I can actually connect to this printer again. This printer supports both BLE and USB. And you don't see it. It's appearing here. Just connect to this. All right. If I connect, then I can see this print button. Oh, these are 3 different products. I hope it works. Let's have it. You see the data is coming actually to the console log, but not here. I have a cheating button. This one too. So now I have actually a receipt. I can print it. The future is so bright. There are different others APIs which Chrome team and other vendors are working on this, and these APIs, such as image clipboard or shape detection. I wanted to do that for this type, but 45 minutes is not quite enough for all of these, going through all of these APIs. So there is actually a project called Project Fugu. So you can go to this actually link and see all of these status of these APIs. So 2-3 days ago, there was a roundtable of the first roundtable for PWA with the different vendors, browser vendors. And this guy, Dominic Ng, announced this roadmap, which is cool. I actually grabbed it from his slides. And it shows that these APIs are coming very soon. So why not using that, right? Why not being familiar with this API and start doing something? All of these codes and slides are available here. And maybe in the conference, join in later. And with that said, thank you very much.